And I just couldn't help myself. I said I'd go live, even though it's as late as it is, and I got two jobs to go to tomorrow after such an event as today. Well, now it's telling me that I just now went live, so I don't know if I should repeat everything I just said. Basically, I could not avoid, given the actions of today. I don't think it's downplaying it to say today was a pretty historic day in our country. I just want to point out also when I do any live stream, when I'm in my home, being respectful of my mother, the situation when she's sleeping, it's a good thing. I always keep it down a notch so I can't always really express the emotion I want to, which is why one of the reasons why I enjoy using that stupid phone so much, that potato cam around the gas station. I love to be able to express myself as loudly and clearly as possible. So bear with me while I'm doing this. What's up, White Dragon? It is good to see you. First off, I want to thank everybody that actually listened to the content of the last live stream where I was able to enunciate and scream a little bit. I got a lot of information in a very small span of time. There's so much to sort through. I figured I found some material. Hey, what's up, that one girl, Allie? What? WTF, man? WTF. We're going to put US of A as the acronym for our country, of course, right next to it. I wanted to segue right into WTF. USA WTF. Now, I've made it clear some channels that I've been sharing recently and some channels that I have said I support a lot, that I utilize for information because all of us, I can say this, I think with some 98% of assurance, given the people that watch this, or even people that have never seen this channel, we don't trust the mainstream media. So we're not going towards our CNNs or Fox News or MSNBC. And by the way, I'm sure none of us care of the empty virtue signaling from Joe Biden and Obama wishing Trump a speedy recovery on that. Let me show you guys in that spirit a nice little meme that I found and I shared on my Facebook. Can't wait till here's my sentimentality. There's the famous picture of Hillary Clinton when she was on her campaign, seeing what it's like for a real middle class, quote unquote, taxpayer, what they live like for the first time. Look at that face. Look at that face of awe and confusion right there. Can I get in any closer? That this whole video of this woman that wanted our presidency was so shocked. Look at that. She has been coddled her entire life. She came from money. She's a part of the elite. And the joke of this meme, I don't care if it's distasteful. What I find distasteful today, customers that felt it funny to say, "Oh, I wish they didn't miss." Now, aside from even talking about that, there's another post I found which I really the message is just on point. It says, all of you joking about regretting that the pew pewer missed are sharing some real psychopathic energy. And I want to give a shout out to Patty, who's somebody that is a supporter of the channel and a friend. She proposed a very simple question at a time that I needed to hear something simple because I'm always reevaluating over and over. So I like this because already I'll tell you about three or so customers told me, "Oh, this is all staged. It was a pellet gun." And suddenly I find myself, here's Patty. So are the people saying it was staged now in the same boat as Alex Jones? Are they going to be sued to give up their livelihood? Just asking. I mean, fair is fair, right? The only reason I ask is how crazy I think these defamation lawsuits have been. So, I mean, it's time for that side of the aisle that has touted and really loved the high horse of saying, you have no evidence and no proof. All it is hearsay, speculation. Well, now the shoe is on the other foot. Everybody that expressed doubt about the vaccine and time, it appears to be still on our side. All right, look at how Fauci's turning out. Not the hero anymore, is he? So now the shoe is on the other foot. Democrats, DNC, blue no matter whose. I don't want to vilify an entire voter base That would be foolish. Okay, we should be unified. People should have seen that clip and felt something. With that, I finally got to watch the raw footage moment. I want to play this. Then I want to show you guys exactly one of the channels that I have just enjoyed. I haven't been to it in a while. So here's the historic moment. And seeing this not that long ago for the first time, I got to tell you, man, tell me Biden would have responded in the way that Trump did. Trump handled it like a boss. Okay, let's be real. People in general, oh my god, people in general, sorry, general bubble, they flex surviving anything. Okay, like rappers rap about getting pew-pewed at or being pewed. Now I was joking around at work. Trump's got that 50 Cent credibility now. Ha ha ha. Okay, so I'm sure everybody's seen it. This is my second time, so bear with me. Let me get the volume up. Like a boss, man. Like I don't know. There's no other way to put it. That's how he handled it. All right, I'm just getting the volume up appropriately.
It's a little bit old, that chart. That chart's a couple of months old, and if you want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
So apparently, the bullet went through an attendee's dome and then went ahead and grazed and hit Trump's ear and left the mark that we see. A quarter inch, a half inch further. What kind of day, what kind of moment would it be right now? Which is what the show that I have in the chamber, so to speak, talking about. And somebody walked into the store today and showed me, I assume it's real. He showed me a unedited picture of the pew pewer, the graphic raw image of what he looked like after the Secret Service finished off with him. Graphic photo. Couldn't have happened to a nicer guy. At this point, there is a doctor. There we have footage of a doctor that was in the house that was attempting CPR on the individual who was hit and subsequently expired today, which is unfortunate. I think our hearts bipartisanly should be with the family. People should not be under attack. Their lives should not be threatened because of their political stance or support.
Move in spare. Hold. When you're ready, on you. Ready. Move. Up. Move. Go. Up. Hawkeye's here. Move it to the spare. Get ready.
What I love is how Trump tries to slow these guys down. Like they're ready. They want to extract him, period. They want him gone and out. Understandably so. I mean, I think at this point, for Trump's own good and safety, he's going to have to maybe listen to some of his betters or the ones whose job it is to look out for him. I don't think there's no trust to be had anywhere. But the way he says, stop, let me get my shoes on, and when he throws that fist pump out there, I'm trying to read his lips. You tell me what you see. I'm seeing him just saying, fuck. That's what I see 3 times. You tell me if I'm wrong.
Ready? We're good. Shooters down. Are we good to move? We're clear. Let's move. We're clear. Come on. Let me get my shoes. I got you, sir.
Let me get my shoes, sir.
Hold on, your head is bloody.
So we got to move to the car.
Let me get my shoes.
Okay,
Watch out.
It looks like he's saying, like, fuck it. I don't know. Like, I really, really would love to know what he's saying there, but this is a pivotal moment. I think we're going to see this very image on Time Magazine, LA Times. It should be on the front page of everything, and not in a way that vilifies him. If this does not clinch a victory, if you want to try and tell me that Joe Biden is somehow going to win this one, you're fucking high. Okay. This to me, if there was anything else that was needed to be done, this did not need to happen. But I mean, there's no question to me. This man is going to win the presidency. I don't care. You've gone after him with every witch hunt. You've tried to cancel him. You tried to deplete his funds. And now they tried the ultimate price. Still here. And pumping his fist at y'all. All right. Let me double back because I do have some other content. Briefly, let me see. What's up? Hey, what's up, Pitbulls? Garrett, great to see you. This I am also just got to give myself a little slack. I'm agitated. I was shaking when I got the news. I was beside myself. I didn't believe it. I did not believe it. With that being said, let me get straight to it. I've been made fun of for watching this. When I did as much research, we have a full name. Thomas Matthew Crooks is the name. He's a Pennsylvania local, 20 years old. I have unsubstantiated claims that they found a picture of him as an Antifa member. I expected to hear such a thing. I do want to wait till we have something concrete. I was told that there's a picture of him in Antifa regalia with the coat on and the sunglasses, but let me see it for myself. I try to get as much information with that name. I'll let the internet sleuths do what they do best, and within the next few hours, we're gonna have a lot. All right, so this is a channel I watch, and I put a lot of I take a lot of effort to pay attention. So fair use, and shout out to the channel itself, Valuetainment.
I think it's fair to say, America, if you're watching this, we were half an inch away from a possible civil war. The last time I looked up right now, there was an assassination attempt on the president was March 30th of 1981, if I'm not mistaken. March 30th of 1981, which was on Ronald Reagan. We just had an assassination attempt on the president probably less than an hour ago, give or take. They tried to character assassinate him. It failed. They tried to deplete his savings. It failed. They tried to do whatever they could to.
You know, those donations are going to hit record upon record numbers over and over again. And you know what? The radicalized part in me that I've always tried to keep suppressed, because the last time I was a radical, transparently speaking, was when I was working for the Bernie Sanders camp. That's when I was a radical. Now, I don't know if I can say I'm a radical when it comes to wanting a conservative or a Republican to be a president, because there's still things I don't like about conservatism. But that's the guy that I want to be the president. And now, because of such an action, I am radicalized in such a way. Okay? That's just how it stands. And to the people now that are wearing the shoes that so many of us were forced to wear as if they were concreted around our ankles, enjoy explaining a conspiracy theory and trying to get anybody to take you with a shred of credibility. Try and formulate an impossible debate or argument how you believe it's staged. It was all staged somehow by Trump himself, but you have no evidence except your own speculation. Enjoy that, because I personally know some people that really had their laughs throughout the other cycle, you know, after the Biden win, after COVID and the vaccine. So enjoy those shoes. You've earned it.
Silence him. That failed, where he could only campaign once a week because it was Wednesdays. And there's only one attempt left. And we've been talking about them needing to double down on private military contractors to protect the president. But this man loves people too much. He can't prevent himself from being around the people. Rob, can we blood on?
We're not going to skip the ads. Some things are unescapable. But I wanted to get...
You can tell.
The guy who has some real emotion behind his voice. Look at these pictures here, man. Like already one person that walked into the store today, his background picture is Trump looking just angry with that scratch across his face. That's his background. That's the kind of base, that's the kind of passion that Trump has. You can demonize it, vilify it, call it what you want, but it's only going to grow stronger and louder. You can't hate on it. And oh, DNC, oh, dear Pelosi's and Biden's and Obama's and all of you scumbags, you Schumers, I don't know who's out there. Y'all better play your cards oh so delicately, because we are really on. I don't know. I really never wanted to be the hyperbolic one. I'm not the end times guy, okay? But you're all on thin ice now. How you handle this, you can't accidentally embolden BLM to destroy any neighborhoods now. You can't do that with Trump and his base. You can't do any sneak disses like you guys have been so accustomed to doing and getting away with, because for some reason there is a double standard, because you have the whole media behind you. So let's see how those shoes feel.
Okay, I mean it's game over, and so you get Rob. Do you have a picture of him actually showing the cut on the side? There's fundraising, go to the roof tomorrow. You're going to see types of money raised like never before. Within minutes of this happening, this is the first time Musk has ever said this.
Yeah.
Musk tweets out.
This one point that PBD is going to make right now, if you don't feel this is a solid example and talking point to damn near prove that the presidency is totally in the clinch, that Trump is going to take his rightful place. I know I say that in a way and people may think, oh, you talk like he's a king or something. The way y'all motherfuckers have treated him, if it triggers you that much, go ahead. Call him daddy. But look at this. They're going to offer a timeline. Elon Musk made a series of tweets, 3 tweets. Check out the attention and the response and the engagement.
Out. If you go to Elon Musk's Twitter account, Rob, just go to his Twitter account and look at his last 3 tweets. Look what Elon Musk, okay, with the amount of followership and influence that he has, he just tweeted this a few minutes ago. I fully endorse President Trump and hope for his rapid recovery. Look at the number of likes in 36 minutes. 524,000 likes. Look at the number of views. 15 million views. This post by Elon Musk could go down.
Ooh, I think I heard Ryan Upchurch just whimper. No, my bad. I didn't mean to go there. This is very important. Couldn't help myself.
As the most liked tweet.
36 minutes. 16 million views, if I just hope I quoted that accurately. And then almost 600,000 likes of engagement in a span of a half hour. You think that passion would be anywhere near what we have seen for a Joe Biden? Hell no. Hell no.
Of all time, and the most popular tweet of all time. What we're watching right now could go down as a full-on, Adam just texted something right now saying the presidency is over, meaning Trump is getting elected. Mark my words, he just won the election. And I said, you have to be alive to win the election. And the goal now is protection, security, doubling down on all that stuff. Tom, your thoughts when you saw this and your reaction?
Update the body.
I'm skipping Tom. He's a little bit more boring, pragmatic, but boring.
There's a video of the body of the shooter being removed. Some reports are saying that he's an Antifa member. There's a photo of him with glasses and a dark shirt.
Unconfirmed.
It's unconfirmed, but I just sent to Rob a video. Also, PBD, Kenneth P. Vogel tweeted something a couple of days ago that said, Biden told donors on a private call this afternoon, it's time to put Trump in the bullseye. Let's be honest, okay?
Okay, so people love to play connect the dots, right? I'm not inferring anything, but what if they were to run with that narrative? I'm not expecting like the main element of the right to go ahead and do that, but you know the left would, right? I think that's a safe bet. They would run. Rachel Maddow would be quoting this, put it on a T-shirt, tattoo it on her forehead. Freaking, she'd flash it. God forbid, she would flash it from her itty bitty titties all over the place. If she heard, oh, Trump said there's a bullseye on Biden, or we need to put a bullseye. So that's said within a phone call today before. I'm not formulating any conspiracy. I have no idea what happened except somebody did something insane, and we're in an insane moment in our country's history. And we all know the outcome that we, I think, deserve. I don't know if that's the proper term. We've earned this, damn it. Trump has earned this. This is the win he deserves. He's fought for it. He's bled for it. Okay, he's said bad things. He's hurt feelings. He's gone on Twitter and he said things that hurt people's feelings. Oh my goodness. Nothing justifies everything that has been done by our own government, by our own private institutions. You know, I'm still really, really nervous about Project 2025. Don't know enough still. But the more I think about how the FBI and CIA treat us anyway, as it stands, with the qualification process and the ranking system, and I look at the people that we have, you know, Comey or Mayorkas, I don't know where he falls in the immigration, they look pretty damn shitty and pretty left-wing biased as it is. So the people are voting for a conservative president. Give the conservative president, I guess, the power to make some decisions. But I'm still, of course, torn because there's an entire other half of the population. We're not quite there just yet, though.
From 2016 to where we are right now, that big boy conference that they had of Joe Biden, they just realized all these donors are getting rid of the money. Clooney, everybody's backing out. They know the only way, because Biden's not leaving, the only way.
To your detriment, DNC. Biden's not leaving to your detriment. Not that anybody else could do any better right now.
To do it, Pat, and you've been calling it, we've been saying it, is to kill him, okay? And thank God it didn't happen, because what they want is all of us to be fighting and killing each other. If he was killed tonight, nobody's going to sleep. Everybody's going to be taken to the streets and going crazy. It's going to be left versus right, and I just hope this wakes everybody up. It's them against us. And Tom said democracy. We're a constitutional,
I'm friend, but is it a contradiction where he says they want us fighting, killing each other, but in the same breath, he says it's us against them? But he's not quite wrong, is he?
republic, okay? When you say, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic, not the democracy, to the republic. And I hope this wakes everybody up. All these left morons, Obama, Hillary, all that rhetoric, all that shit talking, all that Hitler talk, this is what we get. This is what you get, an assassination attempt. So guess what? I want to introduce everybody to the 47th president of the United States, Donald J. Trump, period. Done deal.
Yeah. And by the way, it's interesting because, you know, a lot of people, Tom, feel the way like you do, and your emotional reaction to it. Obviously, we've been talking about this for the last hour while we're driving.
Now, I want to get to what I feel is a very relevant part of the podcast. They had some guests and they're plugging, you know, what the contents of it. There's something I wasn't aware of. I'm not well studied. I'm just a guy that hits a live button. There's something called the Four Turnings. Is this alien to you? Are any of you familiar with this? I find it pretty fascinating. It's pretty spot on. Using hindsight, it seems pretty easy, but this is definitely worth listening to.
He talks about the four turnings. He says the high, an era of building, the 50s. So he says this was from 46 to 64. That's when the baby boomers were born. The nation reunites. This is after World War II. You know, with a greater common post-crisis purpose, society is confident in where it wants to go. Keyword, collectively. Government and institutions are more trusted and show an ability to address pressing issues. We know government is not trusted today, and mainstream.
Well, back then, I think you could play Schoolhouse Rock and actually explain how a bill is created without showing how corrupt and how much dirty money is involved.
Media is not trusted today. Majority concerns and agendas dominate the focus of national discourse. Those outside of the majority feel stifled by the conformity. Building blocks for a strong economy are in place. Entertainment and popular culture feel more family-friendly again. Boom, then you have the awakening. Institutions come under attack. Distrust against authority and institutions is seated. The incoming generation rebels against the cultural beliefs and morals of the majority. campus and inner city revolts, the mid-60s to the tax revolts of the early 80s. He calls that the awakening, 64 to 84. Then you have the unraveling, the harvest and separation. And this one here, it talks about institutions are weak, which kind of what we went through in 08, and distrusted, political polarity crests, wearing ideological camp individualism peaks, economies boom, but have destructive underpinnings. Concerns of minority groups dominate the focus of national discourse. Hence, LGBTQ, minority, but they're getting all the attention, right? Technology innovations make people feel more important, interconnected than ever. Then you have crisis.
And I like how it ends at 2008, where the technology made everybody feel more important, even though that's still the case. Now, in this crisis event, which 2009 to question mark, we're starting to feel like technology has overtaken and is nearly out of control. So this is the part where apparently we're in. I don't know what to make of this kind of stuff, but it's I won't deny, it scares me a little bit.
An era of destruction. This is the one he says we're in now. And he says it's going to last till late 2028, 2029, maybe early 30s. Institutions are weak.
Can it call in a holiday per chance? Could we just get a break? Couple days.
And distrusted. Check. Institutions are torn down and rebuilt in response to perceived threats to nations' very survival. Meaning, institutions are torn down and rebuilt.
Wouldn't that embody Project 2025? If it's to be as it's been explained to me, that would tear down the old way of the old guard, raising through the ranks and taking control via deep state, FBI, CIA, whatever the case, and replacing it in perhaps, I'm only speculating, a more transparent way. I don't know that we're guaranteed transparency, but at least we'll know who's making the motherfucking decisions, right? That's a step in the right direction.
CIA, torn down and rebuilt. FBI, torn down and rebuilt, right? Civic authorities revives. Cultural expression finds a community purpose, and people begin to locate themselves as members of a larger group. Now, that's what he's talking about, right? At that time. When they made those 5 predictions, one of them was the fact that the market was going to tank. Another one was a pandemic. Another one was going to happen to the Tea Party. Another one was what's going to happen to Russia invading one of the neighboring. You know what the 5th prediction they made?
What?
A civil war, not a World War III. Their prediction was civil war.
I would love, and this has been something I've kept to my word since day one. I reread every single comment of every chat. So please, as I'm not looking at the chat right now actively, I've learned sometimes to stay focused. I just can't. Please let me know, chat, if you feel civil war is more than a possibility at this point. If it's almost damn near a reality, feel free to flood the chat with your thoughts regarding, or just hit the number 1, and I will know to reference that and kind of count. I just want to know how many people feel we're at that pivotal of a moment. I've no doubt if, that little nick from the ear through the cheek, grazing the cheek, was that quarter, half an inch further in, we might already be at that point. And I hate talking about this crap. I always criticize other people that tout, even Tim Pool has been saying civil war for a decade. I don't like that crap. But right now, if you feel that this is more of a reality than ever, please just hit 1. Hit 1 so I can see that later on when I rewatch.
Now, here's the thing. For people to realize that a civil war is... So let's role play. Assume this live right now is because they succeeded. Let's actually role play. Okay. What are we doing right now when we're live? Would we even go live right now? I don't even know if we're going live right now. I think the first thing we're probably doing right now, and I'm being serious with you, first thing on my mind right now is hiring 10 military contractors to come around me right now at the house with my family where I'm at. I'm not thinking about podcasting. First thing I'm doing is calling everybody I love. I'm like,
all right, so this is coming from somebody that's wealthy and on the conservative side. So what about us, taxpayers that are going to vote Republican? What do? We know what the left does. Man, I say it, but I sometimes I hate it, but it is what it is. We know that, they love going to the streets, and somehow the mainstream media celebrates it. You get, I forget which congresswoman or lady will get up there, and even somehow, Trump can't say, let's be peaceful, and that be turned into, oh my God, insurrection. Even though we have documentary evidence from Pelosi's own daughter that she turned down all of the defense that could have been necessary that day. And here we are. I may have deviated from any point, but I'm kind of rocked.
Like, where are you at? Go to a safe place. That's the same.
Yeah. What do we do? What is the answer for the average tax-paying right wing or right-leaning person? What is our response? What would our response would have been if there was no one to donate to? If Trump hypothetically did not make it, what would our reality be like even in this very moment?
Same thing you're doing. You're not on Fox News watching what the news is telling you, or CNN or different podcasts. You're thinking safety right off the bat. By the way, think about if they succeeded. Where is the temperature in America? What levels do we go? Anger, agitation, on I'm not being heard. Do you know what would happen in certain streets in America? You think Rodney King was bad? You think BLM was bad? Do you know what would happen to America if they actually succeeded? Do you know where we would be today if they actually succeeded? Go to it. That guy who, you hear Joy Reid say stuff like that. Listen to me. I don't care what it is. This guy can't be president. I don't care if Biden can't talk. I don't care if Biden can do this. He can't be president. I'm telling you, he can't be president. They just can't. And imagine this is being pumped into young American people. He can't be president. He's the worst. You know what? I'm going to do it. I'll be the hero.
It's worth mentioning, I haven't seen this far into this part. So first time reaction here.
The hero. That's all it takes. All these guys think they're going to be heroes to somebody. And then boom, like this, half an inch away from a civil war. Then you know what takes place? Then what takes place is where America's at right now, in my opinion. Guys, we're right now in New York, okay? I'm not...
Military takes control, right? The military unquestionably would do what they have to do to restore order. Would they all be loyal? Is that a stupid question?
In Florida right now. We're in New York. And I cannot tell you how many people I'm walking around talking. Tom's with me. Vinny's with me. I can't tell you how many people are walking up to us. And where we are right now, we're in a place where a lot of wealthy people live. It's just we're in a very interesting place. You know how many people are coming up to us and saying, hey, just so you know, we're with you, but we can't say anything in this city. Really? Yes. Hey, we're with you. We just want to let you know we're with you guys. Really? Yeah. We're on the same page. We're on the same page. Okay. You're on the same page? Yeah, we're on the same page.
That energy is going to have to change if things get more extreme. Okay. There's no more closeted anything. Okay. There is no closet in 2024. Not for the LGBTQIAs, not for your stance on the left or your stance on the right. You got to be loud and proud about whatever it is. I mean, there's so many fucking voices out there. You have to. Just the way the rules are, if there are any.
If it was a half an inch off, I don't think it's World War III. I think some states are just going to say, hey, California, I want to have nothing to do with you. Who's going to be their own state based on the values America was founded on? I want to move there. I think that's what happens.
I agree. I think we roll right into civil war.
I think so as well. It's moments like this, like that shirt that Vinny is wearing.
Wartime leader, plug. I would like to just take a visit to the chat here. What's up, Stephen A. Babs? Babs, I want to just say thank you for sticking along for such a long time, even though I know I say things that are sometimes, not very, I don't know. I don't think it through. Maybe I take a certain Trump style, but thank you for sticking it out with me. So let me get a gauge of anything that you guys have shared. Hey, Miss Blevins, welcome. One. Okay, hey, there's the 666. You don't care about what? No, what the hell? No, hey, don't be crying. All right, I've learned during the lives to focus on what I want to. I can't be fully engaged, but I read everything. Now, there's one more clip. If you'll all just entertain it for a moment. This gives a bit more detail. Let me see. By the way, here's some of the research I was doing. On the roof. Oh yeah, we get to see the interview of the in the audience doctor who still has the blood of the victim on his shirt, and it's amazing, man. Like it was 2 women and 1 man that told us pellet guns, and look at them making a big deal out of nothing. Pellet guns, BB guns. Okay, perfect. That's what went through the rally goers' dome and hit Trump, right? It was a BB gun. Yeah. Okay. Left. Enjoy the shoes, as I said. I want to get to the proverbial meat and potatoes. I don't want to go through the filler.
There's stuff that we're going to hear about in the next, couple hours, tomorrow, and a bunch of other things that's coming in.
18th through the 18th in Milwaukee. So, I mean, this happened 2 days before, and I'm going to show you my screen real quick. No word from the White House yet. They have not released a statement. However, this is from former President Barack Obama.
There's absolutely no place for political violence in our democracy, although we don't yet know exactly what happened. We should all be relieved that former President Trump wasn't seriously hurt and use this moment to recommit ourselves to civility and respect.
Who was the woman, the Democrat, powerful Democrat, that was at a BLM Antifa rally and encouraged them all to continue and make destruction at the neighborhood they were at? Who was it? The name is on the tip of my tongue. I can't remember it for the life of me right now, but I remember it damn well. The image and everything she said and how that was somehow touted, celebrated, and is A-okay on that side when it's on that side. But when it's called out on the other side, somehow it's, I don't know, just check any box. And now you're the villain because you're calling out the powers that be, saying violence is okay for them, but not for them. I don't understand how these rules have even been able to stay where they are. I'm just confused. I'm always confused with the double standard surviving as long as it has.
Into our politics. Michelle and I are wishing him a quick recovery. Yeah.
By the way, good for him for posting this message.
Well, that side better start doing it.
Period. That side better start, making up for some of their sins, so to speak. They better show some sincerity, some very rare authenticity. Don't put on your Kwanzaa gear, DNC. You better speak and you better mean what you say, because we are beyond seeing the bullshit from the media and believing it. I'd like to think we have fallen from that. We're in a new moment in time where we have a bit more control of the narrative, even though we're still the underdogs. The whole dynamic has changed. The world is changing. The country is going to change in a very, very rapid manner, I feel, in just maybe a couple days. But what scares me is the way the slow drip media works, and we see it work every day. We just don't call it out, or we get exhausted. Somehow, some way, extreme events happen, and then just after a slow span of time, it starts to not matter as much anymore. I'm still livid about the vaccines and COVID, but I realize people are bored of hearing about that. I don't know how to stop that phenomenon, but what the hell is it that they have figured out where somehow all the passion that we feel is slowly drained? I don't know that magic trick. All right, so here's the that ground footage.
As a doctor who tried saving someone's life at the rally recalls exactly what happened as soon as the shooting happened, if you'd like to hear it.
I can already envision the accounts going, oh, look at this fake. That wouldn't be, real blood would be more red or this or that. Oh, all right. Well, the burden of proof is on you now, assholes.
Go for it.
What did you see, sir?
I heard the shots. I thought it was firecrackers to begin with. Somebody over there was screaming, he's been shot. So I made my way over. I said, I'm an emergency department physician. Let me help you. The guy had spun around, was jammed between the benches. He had a headshot here. There was lots of blood, and he had brain matter there. And so I got him. There's a helicopter coming in to get him. So I got people there really helpful. I got
Was
him
there only
up
one
on the
person
bench.
shot that you saw?
Then I did CPR, did chest compressions as well as I breathed for him.
One person.
I was the only one
You
who
guys,
did it.
we need to evacuate everybody.
That's it right there.
Oh man! So do imagine an attendee gets hit in the head, from what he's the reports, and then they kill the shooter.
Now let's get to probably a very valid point that needs to be addressed, and hopefully we'll never see another attempt like this again, coming damn near as successful as it did. This guy just enjoying his beer. Him and his buddies saw the guy bear crawling up to the roof, tried to and effectually pointed it out to the Secret Service, and apparently just for minutes they're just like mouth agape doing nothing. I don't know. You make of what you will from what you're about to see.
And watch and listen to the rally, right? We couldn't see them, but we could hear them. So we walked up, and probably 5 to 7 minutes of Trump speaking. I'm estimating here. I have no idea, but we noticed the guy crawling, bear crawling up the roof of the building beside us, 50 feet away from us. So we're standing there, we're pointing at the guy crawling up the roof.
And he had a gun, right?
He had a rifle.
A rifle.
We could clearly see him with a rifle. Absolutely. We're pointing at him. The police are down there running around on the ground. We're like, hey, man, there's a guy on the roof with a rifle. And the police were like, huh, what? Like they didn't know what was going on. We're like, hey, right here on the roof. We can see him from right here. We see him.
How many conspiracy theories do you think will be generated off of this one clip alone? How many channels will be created off of this one guy alone? Just curious. And I don't know. Who's to say? Maybe there's something to be said about the lack of a response or the confusion. I think, confusion and not knowing what to do in a moment of chaos is kind of normal, but we're talking about the so-called trained officials. So who the fuck knows?
Him. He's crawling. And next thing you know, I'm thinking to myself, why is Trump still speaking? Why have they not pulled him off the stage?
This guy thought of all of the right things to have done before it went down, before anything was put into effect, accomplished, whatever. Not to say he should be running the Secret Service, but why wasn't him and his buddies taken a bit more seriously? You'd think talking about or pointing out a threat or a guy climbing up on a fucking roof would get some attention, get some eyes upwards. I don't know, some action taken. Nope, it had to wait until the guy, pulled the trigger.
I'm standing there pointing at him for, 2-3 minutes. Secret Service is looking at us from the top of the barn.
All right, that's not a lot of time to react, but again, I thought these guys were trained. I guess there's some things you just can't be trained enough for. I'm an armchair warrior.
Pointing at that roof, just standing there like this, and next thing you know, 5 shots ring out.
So you're certain that the shots came from that guy on the roof?
100%. 100%.
And he was up there for a couple of minutes.
He was up there.
You saw him up there for a couple of minutes.
Absolutely. At least 3 to 4 minutes.
And you were telling the police and the Secret Service.
We were telling the police. We were pointing at him for the Secret Service, who were looking at us from the top of the barn. They were looking at us the whole time when we were standing by that tree.
Could they see
binoculars?
Could they see him?
Probably not, because the roof, the way the slope went, he was behind where they could see. But why is there not Secret Service on all of these roofs here? I mean, this is not a big place.
Did you see, obviously everyone, when the shooting started, everyone was very panicked. Did you see what happened to him at all?
Oh, yeah, they blew his head off.
Okay, sorry.
Secret Service blew his head off.
Okay, we just be careful because we don't quite know who's watching. But
And that's the picture I saw, allegedly, that my friend showed me. I saw, and I'm going to show you guys what this gunman looked like.
You're pretty sure they shot the guy?
Absolutely, 100%.
Okay.
Yep.
You saw that happen?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And did you see them go up to him afterwards, or
I
love how the BBC, so classy. Oh, don't say blew his head off. We don't know who's watching, even though we're talking about an assassination attempt, a spot of tea, perhaps. Let's settle down now. It reminds me of the ridiculous rules on YouTube where we have to use terms like unaliving for the ghost algorithm that nobody can fucking understand. I know these F words don't help.
Yeah, they crawled up on the roof. They had their guns pointed at him, make sure he was dead. He was dead, and that was it. It was over.
PBD, that's security. I'm telling you right now, the fact that a guy is a regular person's yelling for minutes and nobody's doing anything, I don't trust anybody, PBD. I don't trust my security.
All right, so I'd say that's a sign of what's to come, and I feel it. That clip alone is going to start some echoes. Perhaps maybe there's some good can come out of it, and we'll get some honest to goodness effective protection for Trump. I mean, that has to be the viable outcome here. That has to be, why did I say viable? That has to be the only outcome that matters, that we get legitimate protection for Trump, because we know they're gunning for him, period.
I don't trust the Secret Service. The police are lost. This dude, I don't trust any of it, Pat. I don't trust any of it. I would clean house and I would just bring my own security detail. This is ridiculous. This sounds like JFK shit. Oh, we didn't know he was there. Grassy knoll over here. And by the way, Pat, we haven't seen. By the way, Zapruder had one camera. Wait till you see this next 24 hours. How many people are recording and how much footage is going to come out, so we actually see what happened and how they responded.
The president has released a statement. Pat, here it is.
I briefed on the shooting at Trump
I did not get this far.
rally in Pennsylvania. Grateful to hear he's safe and doing well. I'm praying for him and his family and for all those who were at the rally as we wait further information. Jill and I are grateful to the Secret Service for getting him to safety. There's no place for this kind of violence in America. We must unite as one nation to condemn it.
Yeah. Guess what? And
Yeah,
notice
yeah.
notice the
Saw
can.
the blood, Mr. President. Why can't you use the word recovery?
Yeah. You're right, Tom. You're right.
Well, this is not going to stop. This is going to continue with a lot of stories coming forward.
Did you guys know Biden got busted? The Speaker of the House, that young lady that has to face the press, she got busted. Apparently, I don't know if this was debunked, so I'm reporting it as it is, and look it up on your own, I'm afraid. But apparently, she forgot to log out of her original account and tweeted as if she were Biden, and, well, made quite a spectacle. That's apparently the truth as I know it. All right. Let me get to the chat and I guess final thoughts here. All right, Miss Mona. Yeah, hey, hello, Miss Mona. To any of the newbies or whoever's here, welcome. People died today. Let's not forget that, we did lose some lives. All right, just people that want to support their presidential candidate. They want to celebrate this institution we have that we flex all over the world. They just wanted to be Americans today, and their lives were lost in that process to show support for the person they believe is worthy of the job of having the highest seat in the office. Reread what you wrote. Oh, I don't want to read any whatever's going on between others in the chat. Respectfully, I don't want that to translate into what people end up seeing, as much as I'm willing to have an open panel and we can all talk about it. Okay, I will vouch for Babs Bunny, and I'll vouch for Steven, two of my favorite people. So I just hope we can get along. I find it hilarious that, I don't know, Biden, Obama, what's Hillary Clinton's final thoughts gonna be? I'd love to see that. Can't she just share the meme that I showed? Can't she just share this so we could all, just, is it that festering gut feeling? Oh, this is such a Hillary thing. Let me show what the guy looked like. Let me see if I can find that very video I had up not long ago when I was privately looking. I still have the man's name copied. It's Thomas Matthew Crooks. Thomas Matthew Crooks. So far, there was just one strange channel. Oh, that's him. Okay, I'm finding this video for the first time. This looks like the picture of the guy. This is all right. So the videos, of course, people are doing their homework. So somebody else's channel. I want to see it because I recognize this picture.
My name is Thomas Matthew Crooks. I hate Republicans. I hate Trump. And guess what? You got the wrong guy.
Is this?
You gotta be shitting me. Is it really that like tied up in a package with a pretty pink bow? Are they're gonna make it that easy? A 20-year-old Antifa supporting, Republican hating. That's the picture. What else do we have here? Somebody else, JLR investigates. Am I sorry? I closed. Let me show you guys. I apologize. Here's this video that I just played.
My name is Thomas Matthew Crooks. I hate Republicans. I hate Trump. And guess what? You got the wrong guy.
Is this the Thomas Matthew Crooks that shot Donald Trump? Several people, including Don Lemon, are saying that this.
And that's the picture that I saw originally. And that led me to clicking the link. I'm going to roll with it, even though it's very soon. That man made it public. He made it very public how he felt. Now, did he make any manifestos? How far? Who knew what? I mean, it's going to be a very insightful next few days, if not weeks. But let's not lose sight of the goal. And I'm sure even now, I hope it's impossible. Even there may be some in the chat that don't feel this way, but the goal, get the man that's competent, who handled almost getting unalived like a boss. Okay. Let's get the guy who treated the country like a business, didn't care too much about how he sounded. You know, if his shit stunk or not. We know he didn't always have 100% successful businesses in every venture. You find me one with a model of one perfect human being, and I will shit gold platinum. Okay? You can find the failures of any man or woman or they anywhere at any time, given enough time. You can even find videos of Biden looking sharp, but you're never going to find somebody who's obtained some invisible level of perfection. Trump is not perfect, but he's the guy who has earned the job. What is this? Let me see. I want to be a little careful.
Jonathan Lee Riches investigates who is 20-year-old Thomas Matthew Crooks from Bethel Park, Pennsylvania. This is the guy right here. I have a video right here of him graduating and receiving his diploma. I'm going to share with you, and then we will further discuss. Check it out.
Thomas Crooks.
Thank you, JLR Investigates. Thank you.
Haley Madison Rapali.
That's it.
So who is this? He lives south of Pittsburgh. So Butler, Pennsylvania is to the north of Pittsburgh. So he traveled a few hours to get to this location. And then supposedly, according to witnesses, he climbed up on top of a building right next to where the Trump rally was.
If there's any consolation, the picture I saw was definitely of that guy missing some important parts of his face. Because the, Secret Service eventually got to doing their job, huh? All right. So, hey, V, good to see you. JLR is the man. Okay, off of that alone, trusting my boy Stephen A, always with the positive energy, I'm going to subscribe because a lot of you I've grown to appreciate and trust more than a lot out there in the world. What can I say? So with that, I've learned to keep the goodbyes just kind of simple. We're in a crazy, crazy time in the country. I truly hope, even though it's a pipe dream, it's a Hunter Biden pipe dream. I hope we see some form of unification, some form of bipartisan condemning of this action where it's sincere. You can't force sincerity. I feel at this point, in the timeline of the USA WTF. We see through bullshit so easily. Just keep seeing the bullshit, but you can't just see it. You have to call it out, especially if it comes from your own side. That's what I learned, and that's why I left and walked away from the Democrats, because I kept calling them out, and they didn't like that, and I was ostracized. They pushed me away, and here I am advocating passionately for Trump to be the president. Everybody, please be safe out there. We're living in uncertain times. It's a wild, wild world. I live in a state that is recognized as the most expensive cost of living state in the country. It's rough all around, but I hope all of you find some solace and peace with your loved ones and your day-to-day. Everybody, good night. Take care till the next one.